Hey everyone, this is Bubba. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about AN fittings, the proper way to install them to make your job look better. And I like them. You may not. Some people don't. Some people do. But anyway, they've been around forever. But I just want to do a little video on what I'm doing to my engine to make it look its best. You know, the best I can anyway. You know. But anyway, let's get down to it. Let's see how these things work out. Let's do it. So there's several type of AN fittings you can get. There's metric, SAE, just pretty much whatever size, curve, turn, whatever you want. You can make them fit the plastic line or the rubber line. You know, it depends on what you want. And to give you an example, a lot of this is mixed between SAE and metric. And I'm going to give you a little example right here. So let me say I'm going to use this fitting right here. I'm going to mount this fitting on this 5/16" line. If I grab a it's supposed to be a 6N. So I've got a number 6 here that fits it. Okay, it'll fit the nut side as well. Alright, now I've got two different sets of wrenches, and they're two different sizes. As you got this 6S and 8B. Now everybody wants to know what the numbers or letters are for. The B, these are line wrenches like for different type of hoses that was used, and the B is usually the part that's on the cooler side itself, or your hose side itself where you're mounting to, and the S is usually on the nut side, which you're not going to go by that. You're just going to grab one, whatever fits. You're going to roll with it. But back to this here. So this is supposed to be a 6, and it fits it. We grab another 6, and it's not going to go on there. It's because one's metric and one's standard. How do you know it's metric? Well, always purchase one of your AN crescent wrenches. So you put that on here, it's like a 6.5. Okay. So to put this line on, you can buy, there's several sets. You can buy all the sets you want to, and you'll finally, or buy two of the same set. You can get by a lot, or buy two different sets. But get you some crescent wrenches also, because you'll be mad if you don't. But to let you know, some are metric, some SAE, and some of them, there's some here that are SAE on our female side, but on our whole side is metric. So you know, it's a battle. I mean, you gotta get tooled up for it. You know what I mean? So when you go to cut this line, put some tape on it where you cut it. That'll keep it from fraying real bad. It's just a rubber line here, because some people don't like the plastic line. They want rubber line, but you can get whatever AN fittings you want to make it work. Well, it's up to you on what you want. Okay, so let's install this line on this plastic line here, these fittings. Let's see what it does. A little bit of history about the AN fittings. I'm thinking, I have to look it up and see, but I'm thinking they started this, the engineers did, back around World War II time, when they was coming up with a fitting for their lines. But anyway, so you can put a tape, take a tape off, or tape your ends where you can get your fitting on easier. If you want to put your fitting on first, then cut it. It's up to you. Sometimes it is best to. They do have a funnel on them where it will allow you to slide the fitting on easy, so you don't have to have the tape on it, or depends on how afraid you did get it during your cut. Now, cutting this, you can use cutting wheels. If you use a hacksaw, you can pretty much destroy it sometimes, depending on what blade you got. There are cutters that will cut this line easier. I use a cutoff wheel to cut them. Of course, then you want to, what we call pigger lines, or blow through them, clean them, take a earplug or something, put in it, push down through it, get it good and clean. But anyway, there's the install tool for our crimper. Insert it. You want to go all the way down to your plastic line. So that's between the braided and the plastic. Insert your fitting. And make sure that plastic is all the way at the end if you're going to use the plastic one. Then we're going to grab our 6 and our crescent, because I don't have another 6S. And we'll tighten these up. And using the correct tools on them, you're not going to scratch them. It's a little bit tighter. You're not going to scratch them. They're going to be fine. The wrenches has got a cut on them. What these cuts are for is when that's on here, let's find what it fit. When that's on here, you're not touching the edge of your nut. It's kind of like a release. Okay? So when you're tying that down, you're not actually touching the ends. You're putting all your pressure on the side of your nuts. So you want to go with the black hose. There are different fittings for it. You can go with these here. I'm not going to install this, but I'm going to show you how. Anybody can, do it. It's got the funnel on it and all. Take your tape off. You're going to run this hose in all the way to the end. And of course, with the hose in there, your hose comes from that direction. You're going to screw this. This will screw in the hose. Okay, you'll tighten this up with your nut on there on your hose. But the video is mainly just about using the correct tools on these. If you don't have these tools and you don't want to buy them, if you use the chrome, you can scratch them up. But if you take a piece of tape or some kind of a liner, I think they sell inserts to put in them to keep from scratching it. Little blue inserts or red, whatever color they are, that you can put in a oversized wrench, slide it down in there. It makes the wrench a different size where it'll help you also. But you will scratch them using a chrome wrench. And I'm going to give you an idea of how my fuel system will be set up kind of in the truck. I'll have my regulator, and most of this will be over on the fender. I'm thinking. I hadn't got there yet. I'll probably make up my mind more when I get there. But I have my regulator there. Of course, I'll have my returns in it. And then we'll have or to and froms, to and go out to the carburetor. Or whatever you decide you want to put on. I'll use my low pressure gauge in here so I know how much fuel how much pressure I do have going out to it. And you can put 45s, different angles, whatever. It's just kind of example. But let's say I want to know between my fuel filter and my regulator how much pressure I do have. Of course, this will be in here. And we're going to take an adapter, put it before the fuel filter, and we can screw a higher pressure gauge on the adapter so I'll know what kind of fuel pressure I got coming into the filter. But all this is just examples. I mean, you can do anything with AN fittings. It's what are you gonna do out there? The main thing, like I said about the video, is use the correct tools on them. Don't use a lot of chrome on it. You'll mess them up. They're not cheap. Make it look good. So one of those things, you know. Like I say, these are no sponsor. I bought these so I can tell you what I think about them. I like them. This is a Speedway and that Gooca, whatever how you pronounce that, Gooca. You know what I mean? They're good tools. But anyway, this is just a quick video on don't use chrome on your AN fittings. Use the correct tools for a job. Don't get in a hurry. Take your time. Make your job look good. Okay? This is Bubba. I'll see you next Sunday.